You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place, the only illumination, an eerie green glow. You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time? The desiccated corpse is half buried in the rock of the cave floor. You search the desiccated body. The only still usable item is a dagger which you pick up. However, lying around the bones are some coins, 5 golden coins. Each have a crown stamped onto them, and 13 small copper coins, each stamped 1 kopeck. A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins, 3 crowns and 13 kopecks. You find 30 assorted copper and gold coins on the body. This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals. You take the torch. It seems to be a kind of stone valve, acting as a door to the passageway beyond. You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through. You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south. Those scratches on the cave floor look deliberate. They must be a thief mark. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. A heavy rope bridge spans the deep chasm. You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave. You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm. You just barely made it across the pit. You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws.
You are alive! Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful, there are many bad things wandering around. Good luck! Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
The cave mouth looks like the jaws of some horrid creature, waiting to chew up and swallow anyone who should be so foolish as to try to enter the cave. This symbol looks like a mouth with pursed lips. This symbol is a stylized representation of a crossed pair of bones. This is the symbol of blood in the form of a huge carved droplet. This symbol looks like a six-armed starfish, or perhaps like the tentacles of an octopus. You sense a feeling of strange, chaotic power from it. The six-pointed symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack. A pool of sticky, greasy-looking slime dominates this area below the cave. A stream of slimy goo oozes down the right side, and goo dripping on the path makes it slimy and treacherous as well. The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it. This tall standing stone has been carved so that the top looks like a squid is perched upon it. A delicately crafted bonsai bush looks totally out of place in a pool of dark, unhealthy-looking goo. You see a floating, coruscating ball of light. The bleached bones of the earth lie surrounded by the murky marsh. Just past the hill you can see cultivated fields and a walled town. The curved staff has a very organic look to it. Its curves seem somehow feminine. You can feel a sense of magical power radiating all around it.
You! How did you get here? Why are you here? Few strangers come to Mordavia. I am the Burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
The Burgomeister looks like a strong, hearty man, although he has a sad expression.
My name is Dmitri Ivanov. I am the Burgomeister of this town. My name... Mordavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountain south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you. This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way. The sooner you leave, the better for all. There are many dangers in Mordavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles. There are many strange and dangerous creatures that live in Mordavia. Trust nothing. The gates of this town are closed at sunset. Do not let yourself get caught outside after dark, for few can survive a Mordavian night or remain sane enough to speak of it. Just leave Mordavia quickly. No good comes from outsiders, and we do not want you here. The shop does not carry much. We have been cut off from supplies for a while now. Still, you may at least restock your food rations before you continue with your travels. The Hotel Mordavia has rooms and food. It is a safe place to spend the night. Are you just sightseeing or casing my place? The Old Adventurers Guild is at the north end of town. It has been abandoned for many years, since we have not had many adventurers who could cross the swamp. Seeing as you are supposed to be an adventurer, here, have a key to the guild door. Perhaps you can find something of use there. Everyone in Mordavia minds his own business and does not go looking for trouble. You obviously do not fit in well here. To the northwest of town is Castle Borgov. It used to be owned by the Borgov boyars of Mordavia, but the last Borgov died years back, and no one came to take his place. Some strangers moved in some years back, but they have had nothing to do with the town, and we have had nothing to do with them. The old road from town used to meet with the road from the castle and head south to the pass. The heavy rains not only created the swamp, but caused so much plant growth you can't see the road anymore. The swamp is a dangerous and foul place. They say that all who ever were buried beneath the earth there now reach up to drag the living to their deaths. I have seen for myself that this is true. Stay far from the swamp if you value your safety. There are other things in Mordavia to see and do, but I am not a tour guide here. Go off and see for yourself, but be careful. The gates of the town are locked at night, so be sure to return before it gets dark. It's dangerous to be out after sunset. To be honest, I do not trust you. What you say of yourself is unbelievable, and what you do around here seems likely to get you in trouble. If the pass was clear, I would ask you to leave Mordavia. As things are, I will be watching you closely. Stay out of trouble and other people's business, and you and I will get along with one another. Otherwise, you will get me angry. I'm sure you don't want to make me angry, do you?
From the sign reading Burgomeister's office, you cleverly deduce that the Burgomeister works here. It's been years since you studied Mordavian, but you think that Burgomeister might be the word for mayor, or perhaps sheriff. The sign reads General Store. You wonder how much of a commission the salespeople get. The sign simply reads Inn. Guess that means you should go in. This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere. Then you see the shopkeeper, sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already.
The shopkeeper is a short, plump, plain-faced woman with coarse features. The cozy cat conveys a calmness most common in comfortable confine.
If you must know, my name is Olga Stovich. What's your name, stranger? And what are you doing in Mordavia?
You tell her a few things about yourself.
Oh, professional hero, huh? Easy to say, hard to do. We'll see. Let me see, what could you use? Well, besides my regular items like brooms and pens, I really don't have anything else for adventurers like yourself. I do have some lovely sandwiches you can use for rations. And garlic, of course you'll need garlic. I've also got some oil you can use to keep the weapons and armor from rusting. And if you like sweets, I've got some yummy homemade candy. Although the garlic-flavored ones have all been purchased by now. I'll have to make some more. Oh, and a shopping bag to carry things in. I have a couple of those left. 3 twists of candy will cost you just 5 kopecks. The kids love him. Oh, now garlic is a must-have item. It's just 25 kopecks for a bulb, and it will add flavor to any food.
Storekeeper looks around nervously for a moment, then continues.
You know, some say garlic also has medicinal and protective properties. My husband always said I make the most interesting sandwiches. They're very good for you, and I only charge 50 kopecks each for them. The shopping bag costs 50 kopecks. It is very useful for carrying your purchases or other large things. A flask of household oil will cost you 100 kopecks. It's good for door squeaks and can also be used to loosen up rusty wagon wheels. I can sell you a very nice large pie pan for 250 kopecks. Oh my, I've always admired the men who can cook. You can purchase the hen broom for 350 kopecks. I'm sure you'll really clean up with it. What would you like to know about? Yeah, Bella's a good woman. She's the one who really runs the inn. Her husband just gives orders. Someday she'll give Yuri a piece of her mind, and good for her. The things she puts up with. Bella, she was a pretty woman not long ago. Was not called Bella for nothing. Losing her only child really aged her. What a tragedy. The castle north of town was abandoned for many years. Then some strangers moved in 4 years ago. No one knows what goes on there now. But it won't be for the good, I'll tell you. Werewolves are gypsies, no question about it. They change into wolves at night, eating anyone they can get. Nothing can kill a werewolf but silver or magic. So you be careful out in the woods at night, you hear me? The gypsy camp is not at all that far from here. That is a bad place, and you'd better have nothing to do with it. It is dangerous and should have been torn down long ago. Many a stranger never came back after asking questions about it. So don't let your curiosity be the death of you. Goodbye, or as my dear departed Boris used to say, may the winds blow fair at your back.
You've entered a small but nicely furnished country inn. Stairs lead up to the guest bedrooms. The floor is covered with sawdust and peanut shells. The barrel contains the few shells that manage to land in it. The innkeeper stares at you with an expression of fear and astonishment. It is several seconds before he speaks.
This is the Hotel Mordavia. Rooms here are 15 kopecks for room and board. Pay for 1 week in advance. Your room will be the first room at the top of the stairs. When you want food in the morning or evening, just sit down over there by the door.
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment. The Hotel Mordavia has been in my family for generations. It is the only place to be when darkness falls at night. Everything else is closed, and even we lock the doors. You must knock if you wish to come in. My name is Yuri Markarov. My wife's name is Bella. We are the owners of this inn. If you climb the stairs, your room is the first door on the right. The doors of the inn close before nightfall, so make sure you are always back before sunset. Make certain you are back in town before dusk. The gates of the town will close solidly to keep out any dangers. There are many ill things that roam this valley by night. Make certain that you never have to meet them. Never venture into the forest by night. The monastery is to the north of here. It has been abandoned for many, many years, but it has a bad reputation. No one in town will go near it, and if you have any sense, neither will you. There is not much for sale at the shop next door, but you may find something you need there. The Burgomeister is the mayor of the town. You will be wise to listen to what he says and stay out of trouble.
I am Hans. Pleasure's all yours. I'm a farmer of pumpkins and corn and a person of great importance here in lovely Mordavia.
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ivan, an elephant herder. Unfortunately, there are no more elephants in Mordavia, so business has kind of fallen off a tad.
I am Hans.
Listen, please.
Guys, is it just me or is Mordavia a wonderful place?
Oh, are you kidding? It's the greatest. There's many places to go, things to see. Are you kidding?
Right. Let's not forget that scenic cemetery to the east of town.
Everyone here's nothing but grins. Real friendly.
Yeah, except when we don't know you. We don't like strangers.
Or anyone else that's weird and doesn't belong.
Rumors. You talking to me? What rumors?
Oh, there are no rumors here.
Unless you count the rumor that the castle is owned by...
Horse patootie. There are no rumors in Mordavia to speak of. The town of Mordavia is a quiet place.
Filled with friendly, joyful, stinky people.
Well, I'm not so sure about the friendly part. We tend to be very suspicious of strangers like you.
Yeah, well anyway, the town is filled with joyful and stinky people.
Yeah, happy, joyful, and stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't call us particularly joyful. As a matter of fact, most of us are pretty glum.
Oh, very well, all right then. Mordavia is filled with people, you know, stinky ones.
Yeah, many stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it many. There actually aren't very many of us around here.
Oh, forget it. Well, at least he stinks.
As you enter the northern part of the town, you hear the sound of a chisel chipping away at a stone block. A man is carving gravestones at one end of the street. Your attention quickly moves from the stone carver to the ominous Gothic building in the center of the street. There is definitely something not right about this structure. This is a bas-relief of a strange creature. It looks like an octopus with only 6 tentacles. You have a creepy feeling as if it is looking right back at you. From the hump on his back to his twisted body, this is either the Hunchback of Notre Dame, a mad scientist lab assistant, a gravedigger, or an Elvis impersonator. There is a small, grimy window set high in the wall. You can't see much through the filthy window. You unlock the door using the key the Burgomeister gave you. It's a rare example of the deadly Moldavian moose, distinguishable by its long, fang-like canines. Someone has strung garlic around its neck, probably in hopes that it will stay on the wall. There are a number of books on the shelf, including Hero Magazine's Golden Guild Guide to Moldavia, Flora, Fauna, and Folklore. This is either some sort of diabolical device or an exercise machine. Come to think of it, exercise machines are diabolical devices.